I'm very big on really being intentional. And my son, like, I made sure that he knew how to count to 20. You know, he knows his ABCs, he knows his colors, his shapes, and he knew all of that by the age of 16 months. Wow. I'm so big on, like, what he can watch. I only let him watch learning shows. And it's some really good, even Black learning shows.
I was about to say,
like Keely and me. I was looking like, okay, African-American baby shows. And Keely and me came up, and we love Keely and me. And I'm like, yo, I want to create him a show on YouTube, like a little.
And he has a book.
He has a book.
That. What was your inspiration? Was it that not seeing enough Black children and Black learning shows? Was that what made you create
that
the
was
book?
one of it. And I wanted, so for his birthday, I had co-wrote him a book titled Because of Them, Bizarre Stories of Black Inventors and Their Inventions. And I just wanted to share the everyday things that we use that were created by Black people. And the reason why I wanted to write that type of book is because I wanted to inspire little kids when they read it, like, you can still create things. Like, we created so much stuff that we don't even talk about. Like, the bag of chips, you know, the mailbox, the
ice cream scooper.
So much.
Now, Milan, you're not only a great Black mother, you know, a great Black designer, you're an amazing Black woman.
Thank you.
And so I'm curious, how do you feel about Black women supporting Black women? Have you had a hard time in this industry with that? Or have you been very, very blessed and have experienced that a lot in this industry?
No, I've experienced it a lot, especially coming from where I come from. So I remember when I was starting out, and at the time, the clothing industry was really male dominated. So if another woman was doing it, they would instantly put us against each other. And I would be like, when you put someone against each other, sometimes if you're weak-willed and easily influenced, you'll let the masses influence how you feel about someone, and you don't even really feel that way. So it's like, I used to be like, we can learn so much from each other. You can understand me more than my actual friends can understand, because we're going through the same thing. Why can't we support each other? So I was always big on, like, you're not my competition. You don't want me as your competition. You know why? Because I want you to win. But I want to win too, and we can win together. Just because I want to win, it doesn't mean that you have to lose. So I'm so big on that. And my whole message, like, even if you go look throughout my Instagram, I never delete pictures. I always share that, and I always try to have a positive mindset. I'm from the hood, so, like, naturally, like, our circumstances, like, I used to get in fights all the time. Like, so I wasn't always this person. My brand helped change my life. And I'm so big on women supporting women. I feel like these days it has gotten a lot better. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have nobody that I can just call and ask for help. So I used to create mentors in my head. And then in 2018, I created the Women There Club. And I created it because I'm like, I'm successful in business, and I don't have no women that I can just rely on. Like, I can call some guys and be like, yo, how you feel about this? But it's different from a woman. Like, we need each other. So I created this Women There Club so that we can have a sisterhood and a bond. And the first thing I did with the club was create this reciprocity retreat. And I wanted to do that because I wanted us to give to ourselves what we give to everyone else. As the boss, everyone depends on you. Your friends, your family, your employees, everybody come to you. So you got everybody's problems on your shoulder, and more than likely, you don't have no one to just lean on and tell them, because everyone else is depending on you. So I created this reciprocity retreat where you can just release, rewind, and just
reciprocate.
And just receive. So we would do a therapist. We had a therapist come. A lot of the women there, they never had a therapist. So we did like a group session, and then each woman did individual sessions. And as they came out the room, I would just see the weight lifted off their shoulder. I would see like the tears in their eyes, and I'm like, I know we needed that. We had a chef come, and they cooked us 3 meals out of the day, 3 meals every day, and we got massages. It was just so good. We had workshops, business workshops, where we pretend to run each other businesses, so we give them a different perspective on what they can do if it was our business. So it helped so much. And I know Saw XO was just here. She came to the Women There Club retreat, and I was so, like, I'm so proud of her. Like, I'm beyond proud of her. And she came and she was telling us what she planned on doing, and just watching her do it and watching her flourish is amazing. And just the women ears, they started connecting, and my goal for that was, I'm so big on, like, I don't want to be the only person doing this. When I was there, I said, I can't be the only person doing this. When you leave from here, take this to your city. Do your own retreat, because together we can change the narrative. I don't need to be the only one. I'm not, you know how people say, like, she only want to do it because I did it. No. Of course she do. God sent you to be the inspiration. Like, take that and run with it. So I'm so big on, like,
I love
When
that.
people
I
get
gotta-
back to you, because I feel like if you're saying, you know, when I never had a mentor, and that's me too, that's my situation as well, but like knowing that now you're a boss, you've been a boss, it sounds like you're an entrepreneur from birth. but now, like, you know, doing this retreat, I'm thinking, oftentimes we create the things we wish we had, right? Even current days. So what is something that you wish people reciprocated to you right now, the Milan of today?
I would say, I wish people understand that bosses have feelings too.
Yes.
Sometimes, and I'm so like vocal and I'm straightforward. Like, so sometimes like everybody put their problems on you and I'm like, please call me first and ask me, do I have the capacity to deal with what you about to put on me? Because certain things I gotta deal with, especially when it comes to my staff. But when it comes to certain problems, like, I am not big. I'm not that friend that you can call and vent to. I'm that friend, if you want a solution, I'm gonna find a solution for you. And it's different friends because sometimes you need the friend that's just gonna call and vent to, but I'm just not that person.
Yeah.
You know, and you gotta respect
Same.
who the people in your life is. I'm the person, if you ready for a solution, come to me, because while you're crying, I'm automatically thinking of a solution for you. So as soon as you finish, all right, this is what we gonna do.
That's that business.
I'm gonna hug you, wipe your tears. Okay, now look.
And here's the solution. Right. Well, speaking of, I gotta ask you about ownership. Now, we see a lot going on with Kanye and Adidas, and you know, even though they are separating apart in ways, they still own the patent to a lot of his brands and his ideas, and they plan on still selling them without his name. Has that deterred you from wanting to partner or collab with major brands because you want to maintain that ownership, or what's your take on that?
It didn't. What it did was it make me read them contracts. It make you read those contracts, and it makes you like. The thing is with ownership, right? You build what you want, so you go to the table, and your negotiating power is a little different. So you look at those contracts, and I'm so big on that. But ownership, what I love about ownership is, some people will say like, I want to be a boss so that I don't have to work for nobody, right? Ownership is a little different. Like when you owning a business, or if you running a business that you're owning, you got to work for everybody that works for you.
Yeah.
Like I'm working all night. I got to approve everything that comes on my desk. So I'm working for everybody. If someone calls off, I got to roll up my sleeve and get their job done. So it's a little different. But I do think ownership is definitely important. It is important to change the narrative. And what I like about ownership is we can control the message that we want to put out.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, 'cause we've heard about black women supporting other black women, how important that is to you. You got a lot of love for your son. And I feel like when people see you, they're always wondering, I mean, what would it take to be in your life romantically? And what are you looking for? Because you have a lot of things solved and planned out. I mean, I feel like you have an idea for your life and what you want. I mean, what would it take for a man to come into Milan's world?
He needs to be happy, healed, and at peace. Or healing. Because I mean, like, healing is a journey, but I want somebody that's happy, healing, and at peace. Like, I don't want no toxic energy. I want somebody that want to love me. Like, that's all I want. I want love. At the end of the day, like, I don't want to have to force anything, so.
I love that. They better come healed and ready to love.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Milan, thank you so much for stopping by the BGS house. It was a pleasure. Y'all now stay on top of your fashion game and head over to milanoderouge.com for her latest collection.